As we noted, Rich Harden pitched his sixth in the third innings, giving up 6 base runners, 4 on hits, 2 on walks, but never allowed a runner past second base. One got to second base in the very first inning when the opening batter of the game, De Jesus, walked on 4 pitches and stole second. But Terrence Long struck out, Mike Sweeney grounded out, and then Matt Stairs, after a long battle fouling off a number of pitches, finally struck out swinging. Harden had to throw 27 pitches in the first inning, but then only 24 for the next 4, which took him through 5. Meantime, the A's against starter Jose Lima, who has never beaten them in 4 previous Major League starts, got something going with 1 out in the second inning, and going in a big way off the bat of Jay Payton. There's one that's driven deep. Jay Payton has gotten all of that one. A home run to left field over the scoreboard, and the A's are on the board 1-0 in the second inning. Lima gave up a walk to Scott Hatterberg, and then Nick Swisher had his first at bat since last Saturday and made the most of it. There's a drive pelted to right center field. On the run, going back to Jesus. It's off the base of the wall, bounces past him, backed up by Emil Brown. Speeding all the way around to score is Hatterberg. In at second is Swisher with a return home double. And it's 2-0 Athletic. Ball hit the base of the wall right under the 388 mark in right center field. Swisher tagged up and went from second to third on a deep fly ball out by Mark Ellis, which was the second out of the inning. But with Jason Kendall batting, Lima went to a full count and then walked him and appeared to be a little bit distressed by some of the calls by home plate umpire Darrell Cousins. Mark Kotze came to the plate. Swinging a line drive, base hit to left field. Jogging home with the third run of the inning is Nick Swisher. Down to second goes Kendall as Kotze drives in his 60th run of the year. Good, solid off-field shot. And the A's have gotten out with a crooked number second inning here.
Very good approach in this inning. They're making Lima throw strikes.
And it looked like they might get more when Lima walked Crosby, much to his dissatisfaction with the ball and strike calls. Eric Chavez got up with the bases loaded and hit a solid line drive, but right to second base, and the A's settle for the 3. The same combination was instrumental in the A's additional run in the third inning. Payton opening it with a double with 1 out. And after Hatterberg flied out, Swisher with his second at bat of his return game.
And the delivery is hit down the right field line, base hit, rolling into the corner. Payton rounding third to score easily. Nick Swisher is turning at second, holding there with a 2-base hit, and now it's 4-0 Athletic. And the kid has come back, and he's really made an impact early in this game.
Lima then got in a little more trouble with a walk to Ellis before getting Kendall to end the inning, and actually retired the last 7 he faced when he finished up his 5-inning stint at 98 pitches for the ballgame. Harden, meantime, after giving up that leadoff walk to start the first, retired 10 straight before yielding a double to Mike Sweeney in the 4th. He kept him at second base. Then a 2-out double by Donnie Murphy in the 5th, but he progressed no farther. Then in the 6th inning, a 1-out single, and that was the only damage. But in the 7th, Harden was getting to the pitch count area of 100 as the inning wore on after striking out Emil Brown for his 6th strikeout. He was nicked for a single by Baroa to right, and he gave up his second walk to John Buck, putting runners at first and second. And at that point, with 105 pitches and Donnie Murphy coming up, Ken Maka went to the bullpen and called on Kiko Calero. He came in to get Murphy on a fly ball to left field, but then in a situation where Kansas City got a little bit of a rally and a chance to make up ground with a couple of runs, it could have been maybe a touchy evening. Joe McEwing was the batter, and Calero had a hand in retiring him other than making the pitch.
Now the pitch to McEwing. Here's the 1-2 on the way by Calero. Hit by the mount. Off the glove of Calero. Karam's to second. Crosby's on the bag for the 4th. That ball was ticketed for center field. Calero got his glove on it. It was a well-hit ball. Floated up 1-6 on the deflection by Calero to Crosby as the A's get the 4th at second on John Buck as the Royals leave 2 and fail to score. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. A's 4, Kansas City nothing.
Meantime, the A's were getting nothing off left-hand reliever Jimmy Gobble. He walked a couple in the sixth, but that was all. And in the top of the eighth, an even bigger threat built for Kansas City against Jay Witasic, who started the inning and gave up a double to Chip Ambrose. Then when he walked long on a 3-1 pitch, putting runners at first and second, Sweetie came up, a dangerous man, a guy who could make, with one swing of the bat, a 4-3 ball game. But instead, Witasic got him to ground out into a force-out, 5-4, bringing up Matt Stairs with runners at the corners and bringing the call to Joe Kennedy, the big left-hander, out of the bullpen. Kennedy and Stairs dueled to 3-2. Kennedy walked Stairs to fill the bases and left in favor of Houston Street to come in, needing 2 outs to get out of that 8th inning and hope to get through the 9th and have a 5-batter save. Emil Brown was the first batter he faced, and he took him to 3-2.
A's leading 4-0 in the 8th. The Royals have the bases loaded. Now the 1-2 pitch to Emil Brown. Again, Kendall sets up away. Swung on it, missed, got him with a slider. A patented Houston Street down and away slider, and that's out number 2. Just a perfect pitch that actually disappeared out of the strike zone away and down.
And it was Baroa representing the tying run. He has 8 home runs this year. 2 quick strikes by Street got him in the hole.
Street up on top of the hill. Bases loaded. 2 out. 8th inning. 4-0 A's. And the 0-2 pitch is a ground ball to first. Taken by Dan Johnson wide of the bag. Goes to the bag. 3 unassisted. And once again, Houston Street does the job. And the crowd is just loving this. The Royals leave the bases loaded. The A's keep the shutout intact. As we go to the bottom of the 8th, A's 4, Royals nothing.
And the A's tried to get another run for insurance in the 8th inning with Mark Kotsay up. He had runners at first and second with Ellis at second and Kendall at first, and it looked like he might have gotten that run home.
2-2 pitch to Kotsay, ground ball to the hole, threw into left, base hit. Ellis around third, up with the ball is long. Here's the throw to the plate, and the tag, and out at the plate is Mark Ellis. Up to second goes Kendall, a base hit to left by Kotsay. 7-2 on the play at the plate from T. Long to John Buck, and that's out number 2. And it stays 4-0 Athletics.
And it did through the bottom of the 8th inning. Street came out to pitch the 9th, got 2 quick outs on a pop-up and a strikeout, and pinch hitter Jenny Hocking went to 3-2 before walking to keep the game alive. That brought up Ambrose, but Ambrose is not going to be long for this world against Street. Street ready. Checks the runner at second, an 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called inside corner. The A's are back on the winning side of the ledger as Houston Street claims a strikeout victim of Chip Ambrose to end the ball game and send the Royals reeling to their 19th consecutive defeat, closing in within 2 of the American League record of 21. Final score, the A's 4 and the Royals nothing. And a footnote, Kurt Schilling is now pitching in relief for the Red Sox, bottom of the ninth at Anaheim. 3-3 ball game, 1 out. And when we return, you'll be listening to Houston Street, the A's rookie closer, talking with Ken Cora.